Welcome back, and here we're talking about getting prepared for the Linux Plus exam, and this goes along with my book that's available at Amazon and on Barnes & Noble, Preparing for the Linux Plus exam, the XK0-004. Looking at the questions from Chapter 1, we'll look at question 25 and 26 today. An administrator runs the mount command and realized they made a mistake because the file system was already mounted on top of /external. What happened to the files that were initially mounted onto /external? The files are destroyed and can only be recovered from backup tape. Linux does not allow for file system to be mounted onto another. The files are temporarily merged with a new file system. When the administrator runs umount /dev/sdb2, the files will reappear unharmed. And so go ahead and pause if you want to wait for the answer. Otherwise, your answer here is D. When the administrator runs umount /dev/sdb2, the files will reappear unharmed. I've got VirtualBox here, and I'm going to go ahead and add an extra hard drive in my VirtualBox to my Debian system so we can demonstrate this. I'll click on Storage, and we'll click on SATA Controller, and cannot add the hard drive unless we shut the system down. So let's go ahead and shut the system down, and I'll type in SU to become super user, and I'll put in the super user password. We'll type in init space 0. Oh, I know it's wrong. I can't find the halt command because I didn't use SU space dash and bring over the root profile. So I think it's under sbin. All right. Close this out. Power off the machine. Keep changes. All right. So storage. SATA will add a hard drive. There we go. Add hard disk, a square one here. And we're going to create a new disk, go with VDI, dynamically allocate it, and 8 gigabytes is perfect. And so now the drive is added. I will click OK. Let's go ahead and boot the system. All right, now that we're up and running, I'll click Activities and open the terminal. By the way, if you click Activities and don't get a terminal here, just when it says type to search, just type in terminal, and you'll see several options that'll show up, and you can use one of those. The terminal we want, and I've got the hard drive added, so we'll become root. This time I'll use the dash so I can get the profile of root as well. Use root's profile. Without the dash, it uses the student's profile. We'll say fdisk /dev sdb as our second hard drive. And I want to create 2 new partitions. And we'll make them first primary partitions, partition 1. And the first sector, take the default. And I'm going to say +2 gigabytes for the size, and then another new partition, primary as well. Make partition 2, and you check the default. Take the default and do a print, and we'll see that we now have partition SDB1 and SDB2, and one is 2 gigabytes, the other one is 6 gigabytes. And we'll do a write to save and quit. I need to create a file system. I'll say make E2FS or mkfs ext4. We do the same for the second partition. And just so I can make it similar to the question, we're going to mount to /external. So I'm going to make a directory called /external. And I'll say mount space /dev sdb1 to /external. And we'll create some files in there. We'll create a file called touch. This is sdb1 file. Touch. This is another sdb1 file. Ignore the spelling. Alright, so we have 3 files in there. One called, this is another sdb1 file, and this is sdb1 file. We do a listing. Alright, let's cd, get back to our home directory, and go back to the question. And it says, the administrator is going to mount /dev /sdb2 external. Well, C says, or B says, Linux does not allow for file systems to be mounted on one another. Let's see what happens there. If we do a df, we'll see that /dev sdb1 is mounted to /external. So can I say mount space /dev sdb2 on /external? And yes, I can. And if I cd to /external, will I see, it says here in C, the files are temporarily merged with a new file system. Will I see the files merged? If I do a listing, nope, they're not merged. We don't see this is SDB file or this is another SDB file. In fact, I'll create a file, touch. This is the SDB2 file. We'll do a listing, and so we just have that one. Get back to my home directory, and A says, well, will the files be destroyed and when we do the umount? So go ahead and we'll do the umount here. And notice the command is not unmount, it's umount. There's only one letter N, and that's before the T. And so we'll say umount /dev sdb2, and we'll do a df. We'll see that sdb1 is mounted on external, and we cd to /external, do a listing, and the files are still there. They're still okay. It in essence just puts an overlay on top of that mount. Now one more thing to show you. Let's go back to let's cd and then mount the /dev sdb2 on there. So we'll see the sdb2 file there, and we'll run the df command. We'll see sdb2 is mounted on /external here at the bottom. Do the umount again. And now it's sdb1. All right, that's it for question number 25. And again, the answer there is D. The files will reappear unharmed. Let's take a look at question number 26. A script that requires the end user to enter the name of the supervisor will use which of the following lines to input the user's response into a variable named SUP. So we got A, read SUP, B, input SUP, C, prompt SUP, D, query SUP. So again, pause the tape if you want to wait for the answer, if you want to think about it, but the answer here is A, read SUP. And so let's take a quick look at this. So if I want to, inside of a script, let's exit from here because it's not a good idea to work as root. And we'll do a man on bash. And in bash, there's several commands. If we do a search, I'll do a /shell built-in commands and hit enter. Get to this level here. I'm going to press the down arrow or the J key. You know, J goes down inside of the VI editor. We can see several of the commands that we've talked about, like aliasing. These are all shell built-in commands. They appear to be commands that are on the hard drive, but they're actually built into the bash shell. And one of those shell built-ins, I'm going to just space on down here, is the read command. But you can see history is there, jobs, and the read command is here. If you do a search in here for input, prompt, or query, which were the other options, those were not shell commands. Read's the only one here. So, and this waits for input. I'll let you read the documentation on your own, and read takes several different options, as you can see here. But let's do a Q to quit, and let's say I create a script, vi simple.sh. You don't need the .sh. That's just for our purposes. Linux ignores subscripts. Shebang, bin, bash, because you want to put in the interpreters being used. And then we'll say echo, enter your name. We'll say read, not just say SUP for, in fact, we'll make it for the question, enter CW to change word, supervisor name. Hit escape, read sub. We'll say echo, we'll say echo, you, okay, we'll say the supervisor name is $SUP. Exit. And escape, colon, WQ to write and quit. And so now if I try to run this, it's not going to work because I have to give it execute permission. So I'm going to say chmod plus x simple.sh. And now if I say simple.sh, it says command not found, because when we look at our path variable, our current directory is not in our path. It's going to search user local bin for commands, user bin for commands, slash bin for commands, user local game for commands, and user game for commands. So I have to say, you know, period for my current directory. Look at my current directory slash simple.sh. Look at my current directory for the command called simple.sh. And we'll run that. Okay, we'll say Jones. Supervisor's name is Jones. And so you can see the script again. That's the script we ran. So that's it for questions number 25 and 26. We hope that you're enjoying these videos, and if you get a chance to look at our book, all the questions are in the book, but I would like to do these videos. They're in the book from chapter 1. I'd like to do these videos just so you can actually watch this in action. So good luck on the exam. Let me know how you do. When you pass the exam, just put a note in the chat box. Really hoping to get more certified Linux engineers out there. And if you're enjoying these videos, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps us stay motivated to get more of these out for you. And I'm Ted Jordan. We'll catch you on the next video.